name is Amar Masagalla. I am working as a software engineer coding tutor. Today, I would like to explain about VPC peering. Before going to start VPC peering, let me give overview about VPC peering. What is VPC peering? What are the benefits of VPC peering? Why we need to do it VPC peering? First of all, what is VPC? VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud, which is a isolated network in AWS cloud. So, what is VPC peering? VPC peering is one of the service in AWS cloud, which is used to establish the communication between the two virtual private network to transfer the data securely. This is about the VPC peering. What are the benefits of VPC peering? The benefits are low latency, low cost efficiency, share the resources across the two networks. And what are the limitations of the VPC peering? No transitive peering and non-cider block overlapping. These are the limitations of VPC peering. Now, let me show you practically how does it works. Now I am logging to AWS console. I'm logging to with root user account. I'm entering the credentials. Yes, this is the AWS console page. So we need to make a VPC peering, we need two virtual private networks and servers also. So and go to VPC. Click on your VPCs. See here, these are the two VPCs that I have already created earlier, IBM VPC and Azure VPC. I can duplicate it. I'll show you servers. Those are I have already created earlier. EC2. Click on EC2. Click on instances. These are the four servers belongs to Azure and IBM VPC networks. See here. Azure Public Server, Azure Private Server, and IBM Private Public Server and IBM Private Server. So these servers are belongs to those networks. So now I would like to connect the public servers, and I would like to connect Azure Public Server first. Click on Azure Pub Server, select it, and go to connect. Click on connect. So connecting through SSH client. Click on SSH client, copy SSH. I'm connecting with the terminal. Open the terminal. Terminal is a CLI tool. So I'm connecting the server with through terminal. This is our terminal. So go to downloads. Why? Because our PM file in downloads. That is why I'm going to downloads. We can see our PM file here or not. We can check ls Azure PM. Yes, our PM file here in downloads. This is our PM file. So now I'd like to connect. Copy it, paste here. Okay, enter. Okay, we are connected to our server, Azure Public Server. You can see here. So we can check is there any files in our server or not. ls command. There is no files in our public server. So as well as I would like to connect IBM Public Server also. Select IBM server, public server, connect SSH client, and copy SSH. Open the new terminal. CD downloads. So paste SSH. I'm connecting the IBM public server through SSH. Yes. Are you sure want to continue connecting? Yes. I'll say yes. It is asking. Okay, I'm also connected the IBM public server. So we can check there is any files or not in our IBM public server. Enter the ls command. There is no files in public server, IBM public server also. Here Azure public server and here IBM public server. So in those two servers there is no files, no such things. Okay, ls no files, and another public server also there is no files. So I would like to transfer the files from public server to public server, Azure public server to Azure public server. So I will show you how to transfer public server to public server. So first of all, I create the file in Azure public server, cat Azure file dot txt, enter. So I'm entering the some text. Hello, I am from Azure public server. To save, press enter and Control C. So the file was saved in Azure public server. I'll show you. ls we can see here. So Azure file.txt. So now I would like to transfer this file from Azure public server to IBM public server. So there is a command scp-i secure copy. By using secure copy, we can copy the file from Azure public server to IBM public server. scp-i. So to identify Azure PEM, and file that you want to transfer. Which file that you want to transfer, we can enter here. Azure file, and here the file where you want to transfer, we have to enter here the username and the public IP address. So the username is Ubuntu @ public IP address of the so we can transfer the file from Azure public server to IBM public server, right? So that is why I'm copying the public IP address of the public IP address of IBM server. This is public IP copy. So enter here and shift colon tilde. Tilde refers to own directory. So enter. So it tells identify the Azure PEM not accessible, no such file or directory. Okay, so we don't have any PEM file in our public server. That is why it's showing like that. So we can copy the public file PEM file from our local machine to server, public server. So go to CD downloads, enter. So I'm copying the PEM file from our local machine to public server. By using scp command, scp-i Azure to identify Azure PEM. To identify myself, so I'm giving the PEM file, and the next is the file that you want to transfer. So now we want to transfer the PEM file only. So I'm entering the PEM file name also. Again, Azure PEM, and next the file where you want to transfer the path. So I'm transferring the Azure PEM file to public server, right? So I'm here enter the username and public IP address of the Azure public server, Ubuntu @ public IP address of that server. So you already entered here, right? So I'm copying the public IP address, Control C, Control V, enter. Okay, Azure PEM file we can transfer it. So we can change the permissions of the PEM file. So we can check the permission of the PEM file. Can go back to server. you can see the file transfer or not. ls server Japan. Okay, back the public server. Okay, sorry, I'll transfer it IBM public server. I think it is transfer ls. We transferred we entered here IBM public IP address, so that's why transfer to IBM public server. So no problem, we can transfer the file from this server to public server, IBM public server. No problem. Again we can transfer, we can copy file from scp -i aja pem and aja enter ubuntu @ public IP address of aja public server. So select aja public server and copy the public IP address of public, go back to terminal and paste here shift : tilde refers home directory, enter. It's showing the public direct permission denied to public key. Okay, we can transfer aja pem file from our local machine to public server of aja public server. So now we can check this transfer or not in aja public server. Enter ls command. So we can see here aja pem file. So now we successfully transferred from our local machine to public server. So now I would like to transfer the aja file from public server to IBM public server by using scp command. scp -i, enter the pem file name to identify ourselves, aja pem, enter, and file that you want to transfer. Which file you want to transfer, we can enter here. So I want to transfer aja file, aja, and where you want to transfer, you have to enter the username and IP address of the server. So the username is ubuntu @ public IP address of that server where you want to transfer. I want to transfer from aja public server to IBM public server. So we have to copy IBM public server IP, select it, it will show the public IP address here. So copy the public IP address of IBM public server and paste here. Shift : tilde. So enter. So here it's showing unprotected private key file. So we have to change the we have to modify the permissions of the public key. So the public key has read-write permissions. So we can see here aja public server, aja pem file, it has a read-write permissions. So we have to modify it. Only read permission it have. So for that, sudo chmod, I can change the permissions. Read permissions only. 400 aja m5. Okay, now we can transfer. Enter. Okay, we can transfer aja file .txt from aja public server to IBM public server. We can see it transfer or not. So this is IBM public server. We can check here it is transferred or not. ls aja file.txt. Yes, we can see here aja file.txt. So read it file once cat by entering the cat command. We can read aja file.txt. Okay, we can see here. Hello, I am from Aja public server. Okay. Till now, we have seen that we can transfer the files from public server to public server as long as the public servers has internet connection. Then what about the private servers? How can we transfer the files from private server to private servers? The private servers has not connected to the internet, right? So in that scenario, how can we transfer the files? So we have a mechanism called VPC peering. So in that scenario, a VPC peering come into the picture. So I will show you how can do the VPC peering. If you want to transfer the files from private server to private server, we have to make a jump server. Why? Because the private servers, they don't have the internet connection, right? So in that case, we have to make the jump server. What is jump server? The jump server is a intermediate server that acts as a gateway to connect to the private servers. Those are in private networks. If you want to connect the private servers, we need a jump server. So I will show you how to make it jump server. First of all, I'm trying to connect the private servers. Okay, and go back to AWS console. I'm selecting Aja private server. I'm trying to connect private server from public server. So I'm trying to connect the private server through public server. It is SSH client. Copy SSH-i and paste here and enter. We are connected. We are connected to private server, right? Enter ls. There is no files in private server. For our convenience, I wanted to change this public IP private server to I wanted to change host name like Aja DB server or Aja private server. So for that, I enter sudo vi slash etc slash host name. I like to change host name. Go to insert mode. Enter I. So the name is Aja private server. To save, escape, shift colon WQ, shift exclamatory, enter. It is saved. So restart the server. To connect, sudo init 6, enter. So the system will reboot now. It will take some time to restart. Again I am trying to connect. Enter. Now we are in Azure private server. We can see here Ubuntu Azure private server. So we can see, is there any files in private server? There is no files. So likewise I would like to connect also IBM private server also. Select IBM private server and select connect. Click on connect and go to SSH client and copy SSH-i and go back to terminal. This is IBM public server. I am connected through public server. We can't connect directly private server, so that is why I am connecting through public server by making a jump server. Yes, are you sure want to continue the connecting? Yes, I'll say yes. So it is asking also file permissions. So the PEM file has read permission, so we can modify it only read permissions. So sudo chmod chmod 400. The 400 is read permission only for PEM file. 4 for read, 00 for others can't read and write. So for Aja PEM file, I will say enter. So now I'll connect. Now again I'm trying to connect. So now connected to IBM private server. I wanted to change the host name for our convenient purpose. Sudo vi /etc/hostname. Enter. Go to insert mode. For that, enter I. The host name is IBM private server. To save it, enter escape button, shift colon WQ, shift exclamatory, enter. So again restart the server. Sudo init 6, enter. So the system will be reboot now. It will take some time to restart. Until then, we can create a file in Azure private server, cat Azure private file .txt, enter. Sorry, you have to make greater than arrow and enter. So I'm entering some text here. hello, I am from Azure private server. To save it, press the enter button and control C, it will save. So you can see here, check it. So Azure private file .txt was created. So now I wanted to transfer this file from private server to IBM private server. Once again here, connect the private server, enter. Okay, we are in IBM private server. My goal is to transfer Azure private file to Azure private file from Azure private server to IBM private server. This is our goal. So we'll see it will transfer or not. Private server to private server, it will work or not. Before we can transfer public server to public server, we can transfer the file. But now the scenario is we have to transfer the Azure private server to IBM private server. It will work or not, we can see here by using scp command. Scp. I would like to transfer the file Azure private server to IBM private server. Scp -i Azure to identify ourselves and Azure FM. Before going to transfer, so first of all we need to copy the PEM file from public server to private server. Put that, okay. Go back to public server of Azure. Exit. So now we are in Azure public server, you can see here. So I wanted to transfer public server to private server of Azure. I wanted to transfer PEM file. I wanted to copy it. scp-i Azure PEM and the file that you want to transfer. So I want to transfer Azure PEM file only. So Azure PEM file I want to transfer. So where you want to transfer, you can enter your username and IP address of the server. So the server IP address and username is Ubuntu @ so we are transferring the Azure PEM file from public server to private server, right? So here we have to enter private IP address of that server. Go back to instances. Azure private server, you can see here. You can see here we have a private IP address. Copy it. We can copy it. Go back to terminal and paste here. Shift colon tilde. So we can transfer the file, that Azure file we can transfer it, right? So now I want to transfer the file from Azure public server to IBM private server. scp-i Azure PEM file, and the file that I wanted to transfer, the file name was Azure private file. I wanted to transfer it Azure, and where you want to transfer it. I want to transfer it to IBM private server. So Here we have to enter IBM private server IP address. Ubuntu, the username is Ubuntu, and enter the IP address, the IBM server. Select the IBM private server. Take the private IP address of the server, copy it and paste here. Shift colon, shift tilde. Tilde refers to home directory, so I'll say enter. So here it will take time, right, to transfer. So in that scenario, so the VPC peering is concept coming to the picture. So if you want to transfer the files from private server to private server, you have to make the VPC peering. So I will show you how to make it. It not responding, right? It not responding. So in that scenario, we can go with VPC peering. So I'll show you how to make it. Control C, where it is, okay, here, Control C, enter. So I will go back to AWS console, go back to VPC console. So we can see here, left side, pairing connections. Click on pairing connections. There is no pairing connections found, so create pairing connection. So pairing connection is like a first of all we have to send a friend request. So where you which network do you want to connect. So we need first from where to where you have to send the file. So from Azure to IP, I wanted to transfer from Azure network to IBM network. So I'm entering the Azure to IBM network. So we have to enter like that, IBM. Azure to IBM, I wanted to transfer. So first of all, requester. Also in that scenario, we are the requester, we are the acceptor. We can see here acceptor and VPC requester. So in that scenario, we are the only requester and acceptor. So that is why from request from Azure. We want to send the file from Azure VPC, right? So that's why here request Azure VPC, and in that scenario this is select the another VPC to pair with. So in the scenario we are the only one, uh, my account only. So acceptor name is IBM VPC, and select create, click on create pairing. Okay, go to pairing connections. A VPS pairing connection is has been requested. We can send a request, right? So go to actions. So accept the request. So reject the request and accept the request. So we have to accept the request. Accept the request. We have to modify the route tables also. So go back to route tables, and from here also we can go to route tables. So from Azure private to IBM private, so we have to route the traffic only private route tables. We can modify the private routables only. Azure private routables. Click on Azure private routable and routing. Go to the routes and edit routes, and we have to add the destination where you want to transfer. So destination of other network. So here the destination of IBM network is we have to enter the cider block 192.168.0.0 slash 16, and here the goal is peering connection. The target is peering connection, and select the peering connection Azure to IBM. So click on save changes. Azure private router successfully modified, and go to route tables once again and modify the IBM route table, IBM private route table, deselect it and select IBM private route table and go to routes and edit the routes and add the destination of Azure. So Azure cider 10.0.0 slash 16, target is peering. Our target is peering only. Peering connections, peering. So click on save changes. So we have successfully modified the route tables also. So now went back to servers. So now we're trying to once again, you can see, we'll see it will transfer or not files. Same by using the scp command, scp-i Azure fem file, and file that I want to transfer Azure file.txt, where I want to transfer. So I want to transfer the IBM private server. So I enter here private IP address of IBM private server. So I'll say enter. Oh, sorry. I'm transferring from public server, right? Oh, sorry. Control C. I want transfer from public private server, right? So I need to connect private server once again. Bring back to Azure private server. I'll connect it once again. SSH client, copy SSHI and copy and paste here and enter. So I would like to copy from this. So from here we have a Azure private file, right? So from here to I want to transfer the files. cp-i Azure pen and file that you want to transfer, that I want to transfer Azure private, and where you want to transfer Ubuntu, and shift IP address of that server. I wanted to transfer the file to IBM private server, right? So that is I went back to IBM private server and copy the private IP address of the IBM private server and come back to the servers and paste here. Shift colon tilde. I'll say enter. So it's asking, are you sure want to continue connecting? Yes, I'll say yes. Okay. Aja private file .txt that successfully transferred to IBM private server. It was transferred or not? We can check here. ls, right? The file was transferred. Aja private file .txt. We can read it. Cat aja private.txt. So you can see here, hello, I am from Aja private server. So this is how VP peering works. So if you want to make transfer or copy the file from private server to private server, so we need to make a VP peering first, VPC peering connection first. Then only we can transfer the files from private server to private server. So yeah, this is about the VPC peering. Thank you.